Shalom, coming in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and to the hopeful elect pushing its word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. This lesson is going to be titled Being Grounded Through the Fear of the Lord, or Being Grounded Through the Fear. Because in this truth that we're in, being grounded is a very important thing. This could be life or death, right? And what grounds you is the fear of the Lord, right? Because if you know what's going on, right? Let's say even right now, actually, this is a perfect example. Right now, with everything that's going on with or even understanding the body's immune system, how the body works, when it comes to sicknesses and stuff like that. If you understand that, you understand what can cause your body to get sick, how to defend your body, how to defend your body, how to increase your body's defenses against foreign invaders, right? If you understand that, then you're not going to freak out when there's a case of certain viruses on the loose, and any virus, really, in general, right? And if you understand how those viruses work, then you're not going to freak out even more. Like, you're going to be stable. You're like, okay, I understand what to do. I understand what not to do, right? You're not going to be running like a chicken with his head cut off like everyone else, because you understand, you have knowledge, which made you wise, right? Right? Which made you grounded. Now, that's just as a person in the world. Now, if you're in the truth, right? In a bigger scale, if you understand the prophecies, right? You understand what's going on, and you can coincide and match it up with the current day events, right? You're going to be even more stable or more grounded. But that comes through the fear of the Lord, because the fear of the Lord is what keeps you on the right path, right? Because the Most High is the one that gives that to you. He's the one that makes you see. So let's just go Ephesians 3:17. That Yahweh Shai HaMashiach may dwell in your hearts, which means minds, by faith, that ye being rooted and grounded in love, right? So if Yahweh Shai is not dealing with you, because at the end of the day, it's through Yahweh Shai that we're able to get all this information from the Most High, because he's the mediator, right? He's the door. He's the bridge. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be where you're at, knowing the scriptures, being able to just read it and understand it, going into breakdowns, You wouldn't have any of that, because he is the door, right? And through him, we are grounded and rooted, right? And you understand how we're grounded and rooted, because it's the fear of the Most High. And who gave you the fear of the Most High? You see what I mean? How it coincides? It's a connection. It's a bridge. It's a synchronicity. So we won't have the Most High without Yahweh Shai, right? So Isaiah 33:6. Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation, right? The fear of the Lord is his treasure. And the reason why the fear of the Lord is his treasure, which is the treasure of, and it says his, it means an Israelite man, a hopeful elect. It's going to be his treasure. And when you say treasure, treasure is gold. It's precious. Because without that, if you have that fear, you can be saved, right? Without that fear, you're finished. Because through that fear, you become wise, and you gain knowledge, right? Which makes you stable in rough times, right? If you're someone that falls into a pool, let's say someone just pushed you into the deep end of the pool, right? Since you learned how to swim through experience, right? Application, you gain that information. You're not freaking out like the person who doesn't know how to swim and who fell in the deep end of the pool. But the other person is drowning. He's screaming, help, 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 right? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And so I want to go quickly into the word stability, so you can see what other synonyms match with that word. Firmness, fidelity, steadfastness, steadiness, right? It also goes into truly faithful faith in that matter, right? Yeah, so you have to be firm. You have to be grounded. And the last one, just going to show an example what happens through fear of the Lord. Exodus 17 and 9 to 13. Okay, and Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out men and go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of Yahweh in my hand, because we're going to war with Amalek. So So Joshua did as Moses had said to him and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it came to pass when Moses held up his hand that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. Right? So because Moses understood through the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and Most High gave it to him, right? He had the faith that he understood how to please the Most High, how to do things, right? Because he feared him, right? So he knew the Most High is the one that controls everything. So if I praise the Most High, right, we will win. If I don't, we will lose. It's very simple. That's why he's putting up his hands. He was probably praying, right? He put up his hands to, to the Most High, showing his faith, and that, like I said, that's through fear, because he understands if he doesn't do this, right, they'll be destroyed. So this is like an example, right? And I'll keep reading. But Moses' hands were heavy, so even he was getting tired, because he's putting his hands were probably up for a very long time during this battle, this war. And they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat thereon. And Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on the one side and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. Right? So his hands were steady. So they had to support him. He got help. He got support through his other, brothers, to help him praise the Most High, because it's out of fear, because they were scared too, because they were there. So who knows? Just because they're worried for Israel, and on top of it, it's like, well, we're here. What happens if we don't help? Right? The Most High will destroy us because we're standing here not helping. There's something we can do to help Moses. Right? So it's all out of fear. Right? Made them do the right thing. So that's the point. Actually, there's one more. You can see like how fear can make you very wise. Right? Either fear will motivate you or paralyze you. Right? So you don't want to be the one that's paralyzed by fear. You want to be the one that's motivated by fear. Colossians 2 and 7, rooted and built up in him and established in the faith as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. Right? And who do we build up in with? Yahushai, right? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? Which establishes us in the faith, increases our faith, right? And we've been taught from men, whether it's, the apostles and elders of GMS, whether it's elders in your camp, right? It could just be brothers over you, you're going to be taught. And when they teach you these things, you have to thank them. Because, you can say it was really Yahweh Bashim Yahushai that did it, but Yahweh Bashim Yahushai used those men to do it, so you still have to thank them for that. Right? There's just order. That's just the way it is. That's the way it goes. Anyways, that's it on that. I hope this lesson was edifying. It was a quick one, but important one nonetheless. I'd like to say to the hopeful elect, I'd close out by saying, Ka halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakach Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and to the hopeful elect, pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Death and destruction to his wicked kingdom, and the 2/3 as well. Kwam Yasharallah, Abad Babal, Shalom.